What's going on, everybody? Tanner here with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. And in today's one, I'm going to be showing you guys how I actually turned this fake Porsche key right here that doesn't really go to any car into this brand new real Porsche. Something that I accomplished over a lot of time, but let's get into it. So yeah, I'm sure you're probably confused right now sort of what's going on, but yes, I actually turned this fake key. Well, it's not a fake key, it actually is a Porsche key, but it doesn't go to any car, at least to any car that I own. So I turned this fake key right here into a real car, as I just showed you. You know, here's my keys, I showed you unlocking it. If you go to my other channel, you see when I bought the car and all that good stuff. But as far as actually turning this fake key into something that was actually tangible and something that was actually a realistic dream, was by manifestation. Some people believe in it, some people don't believe in it, but it's something I've always, sort of done just by habit, and didn't even know what manifestation was until I even got my car and, some of these other achievements I'm gonna be showing you guys. That sort of happened, I got these fake things, not necessarily fake, but, I never flexed them, I just sort of had it, I had the dream that I always wanted this Porsche, so I had this key, and this key is actually for the SUV Porsche, not actually for the one I got, so it doesn't even go, but it's still a key, it's still a Porsche key, and I had it, and I would just keep it by me at a lot of times, at least when I'm around the house, just so it sort of keeps me a visual reminder of, what my end goal is. What am I trying to reach? What do I want? So when I first started making money online, I was 13 years old. I always had the dream of, buying a cool car when I was 16 years old, and I did that. So what I had done, I bought this key off of eBay, like 50 bucks or something like that. And, I never really thought much of it. I would just keep it around me. I would always look up cars on Auto Trader, cars.com, stuff like that. And maybe even go to the dealership and, get a visualization of exactly, what my goal is and how I'm going to attain it. And over time, it took, what was that, 3 years to get the car, but it happened. I had that representation. I knew what I wanted. And then another thing I have here as an example is this Rolex right here. This Rolex, let me have it focus real quick. This is actually a fake Rolex. It's not going to focus for me, but this is a fake Rolex I got, like, I was probably 14 or 15 years old. I would always see these business owners at local events. They would have these, awesome watches on it, these little Rolexes that look cool, whatever. It's a watch, but it's a lot of money for a watch. It doesn't really make sense for me. I'm not a watch collector. I don't really look at it, in a way that I do with cars, but it was still something that I always wanted to attain. I was still young. I wasn't making much money, but I knew that one day I was gonna have a watch, so I got this fake one. I wouldn't wear it out. I wouldn't try and flex it. I wouldn't, take pictures and show off with it. I just sort of had it to have as a visual representation of, what I wanted in my end goal. And, about 2 months ago, or maybe even less than that, I finally got a real Rolex right here. This Datejust 2, I'll have it focused since this is the real one. And honestly, the focus isn't going to do too well here. But as far as quality wise of these two, I can definitely tell now that the fake one feels so much cheaper and definitely lighter than the real one I have here. But I don't even wear this watch every day, and honestly it's a ton of money. I probably wouldn't do it again on a watch just because I like watches. It's something I always had dreamed and envisioned in my life. I had manifested that I wanted this watch, and I made it happen. That's one thing a lot of people don't do. They don't give themselves these positive affirmations. They don't manifest for things that they want, and that's why they never reach them. And sorry for, I was looking at my watch, I had to screw in the little thing that popped out, but that was something I was always dreamed of. Those are just two of the major things that I've spent money on, as far as materialistic items that I always had envisioned of and wanted to have. And the way that I achieved them was by believing in myself and giving these positive affirmations. And affirmation is basically just something, telling yourself positive things. A lot of people, they tell themselves negative affirmations. I'll never be this rich, I'll never make this much money, I'll never meet, Hannah Montana, whoever it is. They're never gonna do these things. And those things turn into a reality. If you're telling yourself that, I'm not gonna make this much money, I'm not gonna meet this person, then it's most likely not gonna happen. I believed that I was gonna get this car. I had no idea when I was gonna do it. I thought I was gonna be like 40 or 50 when I would, get my first car, especially like a car like this. But no, I made it happen when I was 16 years old. I envisioned it, I set a game plan, and I made it happen. I told myself every day that I would make it happen. And the same thing here with the watch, That's a $8,000 watch that I bought, but, I always envisioned it. I planned to get that. So when I got it, it just felt like so much achievement. I have friends that are very wealthy, that come from family backgrounds that have a lot of money, and they can buy all the cool things, the watches, the cars, the houses, they travel, whatever it is. But talking to them, most often we realize there's so much of a difference in, being handed $1 million worth of materialistic items versus being able to get it on your own through your own trial and error. I'm only 17 years old, but I feel like I've been able to achieve, a decent amount of things so far in my life. I have tons of goals that honestly, the stuff I've achieved feels very minuscule to, my end goal and what I want to achieve. But, I talk to
to people that have family money, they get whatever they want. And the thing is that, you know, they don't feel as much of satisfaction. You know, they can get new cars every week, they can get new houses every week, they can travel wherever they want to. But honestly, you know, it's all handed to them. It's a completely different lifestyle than, you know, how I am. And most of you guys that watch me, you know, we have to work for the things that we want, and we have to make it happen ourselves. You know, even this computer I work on is $3,300, a MacBook Pro. It's a ton of money for a computer, but it's something that I wanted. It's a computer I needed for work, but at the same time, it's something I always wanted. You know, I wanted to always have the brand new MacBook Pro and, you know, make sure everything works and have it, you know, running good, whatever it is. You know, I always wanted to have all the guitars that I have over here, all the musical instruments, everything like that. You know, I couldn't do that from the start. I didn't have the money to buy that. All those things seemed very unattainable until I told myself that it was possible. I know all this stuff sounds cheesy, but, you know, these are just some real life examples. Like, I had this key for almost 2-3 years until I got the real one, and same here with the watch. It was about 2 years. And now my next one I have, you know, these are just materialistic items, guys. As far as like actual goals, you know, business-wise, monetary-wise, you know, value-wise, just within my life, to have a positive life, you know, those things aren't as materialistic. I can't buy a fake life and compare myself to it for 2 years until I achieve where I want to be. Actually, for business-wise, as far as money, I actually used to have like $20,000 fake cash. I would just leave it here sitting on my desk. You probably saw it in like some videos, like I think it was like with Kieran O'Brien, one of my good friends from JR Garage. He was over here, I was playing around with it. But yeah, that was fake cash, $20,000. I would never try and flex it, you know, it wasn't real money. And then one time, actually, I just got a bunch of cash, real money, once I got to a certain point, and just sat here on my desk and then threw away the fake cash. I can't show you guys because I don't have it anymore because I threw it away. But I turned that fake money into something that was real and something that was tangible and actually had real value. You know, it cost $20 for the fake cash or whatever it was, and it cost exactly what it's worth of the real cash that I had. Now, the next thing here that I'm gonna show you guys, Ferrari key. Okay, this is a real Ferrari key, you know, has all the buttons, it clicks, whatever. It's an actual key. I have no idea what car this key is from. I got it off of eBay for 50 bucks about 2 months ago now, or actually less than that. I've had it for about a month. But it's a real key, and I keep it here on my desk as a reminder every single day when I'm working. You know, next year I want to be able to buy a Ferrari 458 Spider. And of course, there's a ton of other big goals. You know, that's so much money for a car. A 458 Spider is like $240,000. I'm not even 18 yet, so I can't even leverage my credit for that. So a lot of stuff has to go into it to figure out how to, you know, finesse that situation and actually make it work without putting so much money down for a car. You know, it's awesome for the cars, whether value-wise it doesn't lose money or whatever, but it's still a ton of money that's into a somewhat depreciating asset most of the time. And there's so many other things I want to get into now. I have a local mentor that I just met, you know, throughout the warehouse. Actually, he's the owner of the warehouse that I've been staying in. If you've been following my videos for a while, and I've been able to talk with him a lot. He's been teaching me a lot about real estate and sort of getting me involved with what he's doing as far as, you know, apartment complexes, single family homes, and everything like that, to sort of figure out, you know, the best way to leverage your money and your credit in order to make a big return on your money. I've been learning a lot about real estate. I'm trying to get him involved into YouTube so we can share some value, because literally every time I talk to him, whether it's for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, I always learn something that I never even, you know, knew of as far as business. You know, he's been able to teach me a lot. He's been in the game. He's lost millions of dollars. He's made millions of dollars. And now he's on top. He's killing it with real estate and all his other different companies. He even drop ships, but he drop ships to his own company. So, you know, I can't explain that here. He would have to explain it. It's very in-depth and detailed. But this key is a representation. You know, I have this key now. I do not have a car. You see me driving the Ferrari. Those are my friend's Ferraris. My business partner in Miami owns Ferrari 458. He lets me borrow it while I'm down there. And I sort of use that to, you know, get a real representation of this car. You know, I drive it for a couple of days while I'm in Miami. But I don't get to have it. It's not mine. I can't like really flex it, you know. I'm not here to flex things, but you know, when you actually achieve things, a lot of people give me hate for flexing, you know, nice cars or, you know, whatever it is. But the thing is, like, when I work for these very, very big, you know, goals and they actually come to life and realization, you know, I would love to show off my goals. I'm not in a necessarily way to show that, oh, look, I have this, you don't have it. You know, it's to show you guys that, you know, when you actually put in the time and the work and the, you know, actual progression into it, then it leads to something. You know, it doesn't lead to nothing. You know, maybe, you know, you don't care about cars. You just care about making more money. You care about, you know, traveling. You put your money into traveling. You know, a lot of people will tell me I'm stupid for buying a car when I was 16, you know, that expensive, or, you know, buying a Rolex, whatever it is. But when it comes down to it, it's really just about the relativity of, you know, how much you're making, and, you know, exactly, is this something that will make you money? Is it something that will not make you money? As far as this Rolex goes, it's not gonna make me money. It's literally this money sitting here. And value-wise, I got it for a good deal, so it should hold value for a while and increase in value, you know, over a long period of time. You know, not much value, but it'll at least hold its value. But as far as the car goes, you know, a lot of you guys don't see it, but it's like, that makes me money. It pays for itself, and it has since I got it almost a year ago now, because I leverage it. It's my personal brand. It adds credibility. Someone sees me pull up and that car, it's instant credibility, whether they think my dad bought it or, you know, I did. I know how to present myself though. Like when I talk to people, they see me with the car, you know, business wise or whatever it is, you know, they can always tell. I've had people tell me like, look, I can tell your parents didn't buy this car, just the way you present yourself. You know, kids that have their parents buy them super nice cars, they don't really, you know, care about it as much. They don't have such an attachment to it. I wouldn't say I have an attachment to my car, but as much as like, I just can show that, you know, I worked for it and I respect it in a way that I won't just, you know, leave it outside in the rain and the storms for a while. You know, I actually care about it. I want to keep it safe. I want to make sure everything's doing well with it. And speaking on that note, I actually have to take it to the shop tomorrow. But yeah, guys, honestly, I would say it's all about, you know, visual representation and manifestation, you know, just seeing what you want to achieve, you know, whether it's cars or houses, whatever it is, or even just, you know, growing your businesses, looking at other people that are where you want to be and then figuring out a game plan of how to get there. You know, these are just a few monetary, you know, materialistic examples of, you know, how I've been able to manifest my goals into a reality. So I would suggest all of you guys do the same. You know, let's say you want a McLaren or you want a Ferrari, whatever, go buy a little key on eBay, whether it's a fake one or a real one, and you know, leave it on your desk. Don't flex it, don't try to show it off. Just keep it here as a little reminder, a subtle reminder, because every time I come here and work at my desk, you know, I see the Ferrari Key right here next to my computer, and that just gives me, you know, a little reminder. Oh, you know, that's my goal right there for next year. Of course, I have a lot of things in front of that will make me more money, which sort of hold me back from getting the car earlier. So that's why I just keep it here. You know, I need to make more money. I need to do this and that in order to achieve that certain point of where I can get the car, and I know I will, because I manifested it. I figure out how to do it, and it will happen next year. I guarantee it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.